mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the General's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, the child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt. Reconnaissance is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your iDroid. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Okay, that's the General's brother, his number 2. Get him out of there, boss. Roger.
Bangi ya General ya Bakala Ilumbu Mosi Tata ya Bankaka na Mono Telaka Mono Mambu General Salaka Bantu ya Buta ya Mbele Ketinkaka Mosi Beto Nyonso Kebampangi Atampidina ya Ikentango Kubutuka diaka ni mafe menga kekilo ya masa kulambi nambi kekilo menga
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. On station at LZ!
All that's left is to extract the commander. Nice work. He hasn't been dead long, but no, he's not the General's number 2. Another group of child soldiers? No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself. Don't hurt any of those kids. Disengage or use your tranquilizer pistol or CQC to put them down gently.
Boss, come in. Boss? Boss!
Prisoner extracted. Next is the commander. Check the VI on your iDroid to see what he looks like. Another group of child soldiers? No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself. Don't hurt any of those kids. Disengage or use your tranquilizer pistol or CQC to put them down gently.
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Prisoner extracted. Next is the commander. Check the VI on your iDroid to see what he looks like. Another group of child soldiers. No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself. Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the target. There he is, the commander. Extract him. Disengage, or use your tranquilizer pistol or CQC to put it down gently.
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Prisoner extracted. Next is the commander. Check the VI on your iDroid to see what he looks like. Another group of child soldiers. No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself. There he is, the commander. Extract him. Roger.
I'm stationed at LZ.
You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
He's coming too. Roger that. Mission complete. That was rough. Thanks for getting us through it. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care. The NGO that asked us to rescue wild animals isn't ready to take them in yet. So we had no choice but to build an animal conservation platform. The NGO said they'll cover all expenses, including the day-to-day housing and feeding costs. If you're interested, take a chopper over and have a look. Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper. Look closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. And it'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid.